Hey guys, welcome to workout number 1. So excited for you to be here and for me to be doing this. So I'm going to record the moves for you so that way you don't have to go on to Google and try to search things on your own. So you're gonna have the list of the workouts and then you can review this little tutorial before the workout. You could even do it the night before so that way the next day you're not wasting time. Or you could do it if you're going to the gym, you could do it on your warm-up. You could walk on the treadmill and look at it. Whatever works for you, it doesn't really matter. I'm just trying to give you ideas of how to get it done. Anyways, so obviously our live workouts, we're going to be together, we're going to be doing the workouts together. And then whenever we transition into hopefully the app, once we sort all this out, sorry, lots of ums, but I'm not re-recording this. This is one track, baby. We're going to get this done. So you're going to see all the blurbs and my entire personality. So where was I going with this? Oh yeah, whenever we link it to the app eventually, which is my goal if this all works out, then once I figure that out too, how to do group training on an app, anyways, you're going to have the workouts. There's going to be literally a video of me performing it right next to the exercise. So it's going to say kneeling push-up and then video. So it's going to be connected to that way you could look at the video as you're doing the workout. You can look at the video as you're doing the workout here too. You can just pause me when you're done with a move and then, play me whenever you get to the next move. But there's so many options. Anyways, we're going to work all this out and we're going to do it together. And I appreciate you for being here with me. And let's just get after it because you're done listening to me. So this one is going to be of course, there goes the school bus. Okay, so this one is going to be the upper body strength first. So strength, upper body. I'm going to use just a set of light weights just to show you the moves, but these should realistically be a little bit heavier. And if you are working out at home and you have limited number of weights or amount of weights, I would suggest increasing your reps so that way you're still getting the same muscle stimulus. You want to work the muscle until it's fatigued, obviously. So that's where light reps and high reps and all that stuff goes into play, and we'll go over that stuff during one of our topics for our live coaching calls in more depth. But yeah, that's literally the only difference between high reps and low reps, is that your weights. If you're doing 12 reps of something, obviously you're going to be able to lift a heavier weight than if you're doing 15 reps of it. But at the end, it's about fatiguing the muscle. So if you do have only access to lighter weights, then do a couple more reps than I'm suggesting. I'm suggesting we're going to start with 3 sets of everything, 12 reps of everything, very basic programming for starting out and just to get us going kind of thing. So yeah, let's just get it going. Kneeling push-ups. So this, we're going to be on our knees, and I'm going to show you from both angles just so that way you can see it. And I'm going to do a couple cues, so I'm going to be talking, but on our knees, we're going to walk out into a plank. So your hands are going to be directly underneath your chest, and then you're going to lower your body to the ground. So here we are here, chest, hands about shoulder width apart, a little bit outside of that, and then we lower the chest to the ground and push ourselves up. Lower the chest to the ground and push ourselves up. The more you do it, the more range of motion you're going to get. So if you can't get that low, don't worry about it. Just keep your form. All right, so again, we're in that plank, hands over our chest or under our chest, and then we're going to bring our chest to the ground and push ourselves up. Bring our chest to the ground and push ourselves up. Okay, so this is the range of motion that you want to work with. What we don't want is our butt to be way back here, right? And then we're doing something kind of like this, or you're letting your legs stay up and all you're doing is bending here. So that way you want actually your thighs are going to come down with you to the ground, okay? And then you push yourself up. Okay, next is a single arm row. I want to say, if I'm right. Yes, I am. So single arm bent row and then straight into a single arm floor press. So these are opposite movements. We're going to take one dumbbell and we're going to do one hand. If you don't have a bench or anything, that's fine. You don't need it. But one hand in front or one foot in front of the other, and then you're going to be in a staggered stance, hinge forward, and then pull the dumbbell up kind of by your waist. So elbows in, you're really pulling with that lat muscle, the big part of your back. Okay, so down, let it stretch you, and then pull it back. These are all nice and controlled movements. We're not going super fast, all right, to get the most out of it. If you do have a bench, Just hand on the bench, same thing, back and pull it back, down, pull it back. All right, and then we have some single arm floor presses. So for this one, I like to grab both of them because you're going to be on the floor or on the bench if you prefer. On the floor just gives you a more like restricted range of motion. I'll explain it to you once I get down there. But basically your elbows are going to come to like a dead stop. If you're on the bench, you don't get that same feel, but you could do it either way. So let's do it. I'm just making it very home friendly for my home people, and then my people who are at the gym, then you can obviously, you know, use the equipment that you have if you have more equipment. Okay, so back. All right, so butt stays down, hips are turned in. What we don't want is this like overarching thing, like I don't know if you can see, but there's like I have space between my back and the floor. That's not what we want. Turn the hips in, down, flat, flat, flat. Okay, has nothing to do with how big your butt is. People always say that, my butt's too big, I can't do it. No, it's because you can't turn your pelvis down. So turn your pelvis down, let it touch the ground, all right? Tighten that core, that's what that does. Elbows, like I said, are gonna be down to the ground, and they're 45 degrees away from your body. So they're not tucked in completely, and they're not all the way out here, okay? 45 degrees from your body, and then we're gonna press over your chest one at a time. 1, 2, nice and controlled again, like the other ones. Same thing over here. Okay. So what we don't want to be like out here, right? We want to protect the shoulder, keep it straight above our chest. All right, and then we want to make sure we're going very slow and we're controlling it. Last thing I want you to keep in mind is you don't want this dumbbell to touch your chest. So whenever it comes down, you don't want it to kind of lay on you. You want to make sure you're holding it up, okay? Using those muscles. All right. Let's see. Alrighty, guys. So okay, so that is your first tricep. So what I mean by that, it's a tricep. You do all three, because there's 3 moves. So you do the kneeling push-up, you do the single arm row, you do the single arm chest press, all reps for all those movements, and then you take about 30 to 60 seconds. Not very long, because we have given our muscles a chance to rest while we're doing the other ones. And then you start back up and do the whole circuit again, and you're going to do that 3 times. Okay? So after that, then you're going to move on to the next set. And I want to say this one's only a superset. So yes, so a superset is only 2. Okay? So 2 superset for this one is going to be a single arm shoulder press. So now this time we're going to press up over our head, an overhead press. You can do this standing, you can do this sitting, whatever you're comfortable with. I prefer to do it standing for this set, just because it's going to give me a little bit more of core balance training. So I definitely recommend you try that first. And if that's a little bit too advanced for you, or you don't feel like you have good core stability, or you feel like the dumbbell's kind of going everywhere, then just sit down. It is going to be a little bit harder with the weight, so drop the weight, sit down, and then go ahead. All right? So, anywho, so we're gonna hold it here. Now, again, we want to always protect our shoulders, so we don't want to, drag it way back there. We want to keep it at a nice, good angle, maybe like 45 degrees from the body, but the elbow is parallel to the floor, or this back part of your arm is parallel to the ground. Okay, so we're here holding it up, and then we press it straight up over our head. Once we get to here, we have a very tight core. We're not leaning back like this, none of this. Right? Sit up straight and tall. And then we'll bring it straight back down, straight up. Okay, I'll show you this way. Okay, perfect. And then you do the other side. And then the superset for this is Superman. So this one's a really good move for your lower back, your upper back, just the whole posterior chain, if we're going to get technical here. So this one's really good for that. So let me move this, and then so basically you're going to lay flat on your stomach, and then you're going to lift arms and legs up at the same time. Superman flying in the air, right? But I am going to show you how to modify that if you need to. So let me get down. Probably move this. Okay, so here I am. Can you see? Yep. Okay, cool. So arms straight out, legs straight out, and then we lift up off the ground and back down. Okay, so everything comes back down. And we lift. Okay, so modifications, just do the top half. So you lift up. Okay. So again, that is a superset. So you're gonna do single arm presses each side, boom, boom. Give me some Supermans, take about 30 seconds, see how you feel, and then do it again. Okay, so what do we have left for upper body? I'm gonna have to figure out how to get this thing to just light up and stay unlocked. Anyways, so, okay, we have 2 more supersets, guys, stay with me. So we're gonna do seated dumbbell shoulder press and seated dumbbell lateral raises. Okay, so I have a few things that I use to sit, and when I'm at home, I use a bench or I use a ball. Either one is gonna do the job. It's just whatever you're comfortable with. So I'm gonna get on my ball, just because my bench is being occupado. So, same thing with the overhead presses, except like I said, this time we're gonna be seated, so it is gonna be a little bit more challenging as far as weight goes. Balance-wise, it's gonna be easier, obviously, but with the weight, you're not gonna be able to press as much over your head as you would if you were standing up, obviously, because you have your leg power. So yeah, here, this one's gonna be a tough superset. So sit up straight and tall, bring them both up together, and then bring them both up together over your head, okay? So what we wanna avoid is this kind of action happening where it's not coming up over our head. We're putting our shoulders in kind of danger here, so make sure you're pressing them up over our head. They don't necessarily need to touch. I mean, they probably will, but if they don't, you don't have to freak out or force them to touch. Just nice, controlled. Again, the elbow, back part of the arm is staying parallel to the floor. And then this one, you're gonna go straight into lateral raises. Now, my dumbbells are already pretty light, so I'm gonna go straight into my lateral raises with these, but you should not be using the same dumbbells that you are overhead pressing with lateral raises, because 2 completely different movements. You're gonna have so much more power up over your head. Then with the lateral raises, it's literally just using the medial delt, which is a very small muscle in our shoulder. So you should not be able to do the same. If you are, either you're not working yourself hard enough for the shoulder presses, or you're doing your lateral raises very wrong. So, and we can work that out in one of our coaching calls if anybody has issues there. So, down by the body, and here, you're not gonna go straight out, right? You're not gonna go straight, like form a T or anything. You're gonna kind of tuck your elbows in, nice soft elbows also, and then you're gonna go about 45 degrees from your body, so right to here. And then we slowly come back down. So nice and controlled. So I have you seated for these because I don't want you cheating with your legs. And we literally just lift these bad boys up. Okay? So that is, again, another superset. Back and forth until you're done. All right. And then the last superset I want to say was bicep tricep. Yes, it was. So dumbbell bicep curls and a standing tricep extension. So this one is for front, back of the arm, obviously. So what we're going to do is hold on to our dumbbells, and we're just going to do just a neutral grip, basic bicep curl, okay? There's tons of variations of bicep curls, which we will get into, but we're just going to start with some basic bicep curls. So learn how to curl, guys. All right, so by your sides, elbows stay tucked in, and we curl the dumbbells up. As you're curling, your wrists kind of turn to give your bicep that little squeeze that you need. So here, so you'll watch my elbows. They're not flaring up to here, right? They're staying down. Down, 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 controlled. And we curl up. Once I get to here, this is enough for me to squeeze my bicep and keep my elbow nice and tight to my body. That's all you need, guys, okay? We don't need anything crazy happening here. That's it. It. And I did a few extras because it felt so good. Okay, so tricep extension is just the opposite of that. So a bicep curl is a flexion, right? You're flexing your arm, you're bending it up. The extension is just the opposite. You're extending at the elbow, and that's where you're getting the muscle to work. So you're gonna bring the dumbbell behind your head here. So tuck your elbows in all the time, guys. Whenever we're doing anything, tricep, bicep, a lot of things are going to be tuck those elbows in, okay? Keep it nice and controlled. Not only does it just make the exercise just more effective, it protects those joints that we really need, okay? Forever. You don't get new ones, guys. They don't grow back. Okay, so here. Elbows in, boop, close to the head. I'm going to turn around so you can see the other way. and then you drag it down, down, down. So what I want you to think of is stretching right in here, okay? And then with that same area, I want you to focus on it and push it up, 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 down, 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 and push it up. Okay, so then I'm gonna turn down, 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 and I push it up, down, 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 and push up. All right. And boom. So you see how my elbows are close to my head. I don't want to be out here because I could probably be in this position all day long, guys. Like I could, I don't even, nowhere near tired here. But once I tuck my elbows in, just immediately I can get like a few reps in and I start feeling it really in that back part of my arm. And that's what we want, right? We want to tighten up that back part of the arm. Not tighten it, but strengthen that muscle, which will then tighten it. Okay, cool. So that is that workout, guys. Good. So let's make sure that whenever we're done with our upper body, the dynamic warm-ups will be in the front, which I'm going to share a separate video for that, because dynamic warm-up is the dynamic warm-up. You're going to kind of do the same ones every time. But for your after workout ones, for upper body, you obviously want to stretch the upper body. And these are going to be more static stretches, so more holding kind of stretches. So arm over your chest and hold, okay? Dynamic movement, which you'll see, I'm going to share a video for that later, is more active movement, okay? So these are just literally, now that our muscles are nice and warm, we're just going to stretch them. So stretch the arms, the back. You want to make sure you get those triceps that you just worked, so you go up over your head like so. So many stretches we could do, but you always want to make sure that you static stretch the ones you just worked. All right, so we can hinge forward, do a static back stretch, stretch out the back muscles there. I like to pull on my toes a little bit to get my lats engaged a little bit more. Yeah, so just make sure we're always stretching, and then that's it, guys. Upper body workout done. Right? You did it. You crushed it. So make sure get the workout done. Comment on the workout, how you did, whatever. We can go through it on the coaching call also if you don't feel comfortable commenting or you just don't want to. And that is it. I'm gonna stop blabbing. Okay, bye. See you for the lower body.